I used to think life was a straight line, one continuous thread stretching from childhood to adulthood. Neat and predictable. But that illusion shattered on a rainy Tuesday when a stranger called me by a name I didn't recognize, and somehow, it was mine. My name is Jessica Thompson. I'm 32 years old. I live alone in a small apartment in Portland, with peeling brick walls. Too many plants. And the kind of quiet that sometimes feels comforting, sometimes unbearable. I'm a freelance designer. The kind of person who spends more time matching color palettes than talking to people. That day, I was miserable with a sinus infection. My head felt heavy. My eyes raw from the rain. I remember standing in line at Walgreens, scrolling through my phone, half dazed, waiting for antibiotics. That's when I felt it, someone staring at me. When I looked up, an older woman stood ahead of me, her basket filled with gardening gloves and plant food. Her face had gone white. Her mouth opened slightly as if she'd seen a ghost. "You look just like my sister," she whispered. I smiled politely, one of those automatic reactions when strangers say odd things. But her eyes filled with tears. "She went missing 25 years ago." The words cut through the hum of fluorescent lights. I tried to respond, but my voice caught. She stepped closer, trembling. Her name was Rachel Marie Anderson. The bottle of antibiotics slipped from my hand and shattered on the floor. Rachel. My middle name. For a moment, everything went still, except my heartbeat, pounding so loudly it drowned out the world. The woman's eyes scanned my face. You have her eyes, green, with little gold flecks. And that scar, she pointed to the faint mark above my right eyebrow. She got it when she was 7. My fingers rose instinctively to touch it. The scar, my dad said, came from falling off my bike. He'd rushed me to the hospital. Mom had held my hand while they stitched it. I remembered it perfectly. Or I thought I did. "How old are you?" she asked. 32. She'd be 32 now, too. Her voice cracked. She had a birthmark on her left shoulder, shaped like a crescent moon. I felt the floor sway beneath me. Because I did, too. "I think you've made a mistake," I whispered, backing away. But she was already digging through her purse, pulling out a faded photograph. A smiling little girl stared back, missing front teeth. Wild brown hair. Green gold eyes. My face. I ran. Out of the store. Into the rain. Across the parking lot. My car felt like a lifeboat in a storm I didn't understand. That night, I sat alone in my apartment. The photo burned into my mind. I pulled out my old family albums, Jessica's early years, written in my mom's looping handwriting. The first photo, me at my 3rd birthday party. The next, me at 4. First day of preschool. Nothing before age 3. No baby pictures. I called my mom. "Why don't I have any photos before I was 3? She hesitated. "Sweetie, we've told you the house fire. We lost everything." "What house fire?" "In California. Before we moved to Portland." "What city?" "Sacramento." "What was our address?" Another pause. "Jessica, why are you asking this?" "Because you remember everything." "Mom, you keep receipts from 20 years ago. But you can't remember where we lived." Her breathing quickened. "You're scaring me." "What's this about?" I hung up. Then I went to the bathroom mirror, slipped my shirt off my shoulder, and there it was, the birthmark, pale, crescent-shaped. Proof of something I couldn't yet name. My best friend Ashley came over after work. I told her everything. Trembling. She listened, frowning, trying to find logic where there wasn't any. "Maybe it's coincidence," she said. "Coincidence doesn't explain the photo." We looked up Carol Anderson on Facebook. A retired teacher. Lives in Portland. The woman from the pharmacy. Her albums were filled with family photos, holiday gatherings, and one labeled, "Never Forgotten." In it, a little girl who looked exactly like me. The last photo of our complete family. The caption read, "Rachel went missing 2 weeks later." Ashley looked at me. "Jess, You need to meet her. I messaged Carol that night. She replied within minutes. 3 days later, I met her at a Kiat cafe on Hawthorne. She came carrying a tote bag filled with newspapers, photos, and something else, something heavy I couldn't yet see. Her hands shook as she spread out the articles Local Girl Vanishes from Backyard. June 3. 1998. Rachel Marie Anderson. Age 7. Brown hair. Green eyes. Scar above right eyebrow. Crescent birthmark on left shoulder. Each word pulled at me like invisible strings. She opened an album. This was her first day of school. She said softly. She wanted photos of everything that week. The images were fragments of a life that could have been mine: birthday parties, Christmas mornings, a trip to the zoo, a father holding her hand, an older sister Carol braiding her hair. This was taken the morning she disappeared. A Polaroid of the little girl eating cereal. Milk on her chin. She was playing in the backyard while I answered the phone. When I came back, the gate was open. We never saw her again. I felt dizzy. Carol reached into her bag and pulled out a small irreliber. Faded stuffed elephant. This was hers. She called him Peanut. Wouldn't go anywhere without him. My throat tightened. I didn't remember it, but my body did. A flash of soft gray fur against my cheek, gone as quickly as it came. There's one way to be sure, she said, setting a DNA test kit on the table. I already took mine. I stared at it. Such a small thing to hold such enormous truth. She hesitated. Your parents, Susan and Michael Thompson, I need to know how they got you. They're good people, I said automatically. I don't doubt that. But if you're Rachel, they've had someone else's child for 25 years. Her words hit like thunder. I swabbed my cheek. She cried. We mailed the kit together. 10 days later, the results came. 99, 9% match. I was Rachel Marie Anderson. I don't remember much after that. Just the sound of my heartbeat and my own breathing as I sat on my bathroom floor. The email open on my phone. The confrontation came next. I drove to my parents' house, the people I'd called Mom and Dad my entire life. We wanted a baby so badly. My mother whispered when I showed them the results. We tried for years. Nothing worked. Then Michael's cousin said she knew someone who had a little girl who needed a home. You knew she wasn't yours, I said. They didn't deny it. Dad finally spoke. We suspected. Yes, but you were perfect. We thought we were saving you. From what my voice broke. From a family who loved me. Mom sobbed. We changed our names. Moved across states. We just wanted you. They loved me. That was true. They'd raised me. Taught me. Cared for me. But love built on a lie still cuts deep. The rest unfolded in a blur of police interviews. Lawyers. Old case files. My parents were charged with custodial interference. But the statute of limitations spared them prison. I couldn't bring myself to destroy them completely. I just wanted the truth. Meeting my sister Emma was strange and beautiful. She was older now. With my same eyes and laugh. Her daughter, Lily, asked, Are you the aunt who was lost? Yes, I said. But now I'm found. I changed my legal name to Jessica Rachel Anderson Thompson. A combination of both lives. Both truths. Carol and I have coffee every Tuesday. Sometimes she brings Peanut. The elephant. I hold it while she talks. And memories start to flicker sunlight through a wooden fence. The smell of wet grass. A man's voice calling my name. I still see Susan and Michael too. We eat dinner once a month. Careful conversation over too familiar food. They're in therapy now. So am I. Healing isn't linear. It's messy. And sometimes it hurts more than the lie ever did. The pharmacy on 23rd has become a strange landmark, the place where my old life ended and my real one began. I still go there sometimes. Standing in the same aisle. remembering the woman who looked at me and said my name like a prayer. Here's what I've learned. Identity isn't just who you think you are. It's who you've been, who you've lost, and who you choose to become. I was stolen, but I was also loved. I was lost, but I was also living. Those truths don't cancel each other out. They layer, like paint on canvas, making something complicated, flawed, and entirely mine. If you found my story meaningful, please share it. Someone out there might be searching for their own missing truth. Leave a comment, subscribe, and help us keep telling real stories about the extraordinary power hidden in ordinary lives.